It was hard for me being that young and being in the industry and not knowing where to turn, and everyone, telling me they love me and, just turn their back on you in a second.
Actually, someone made reference to the fact that Diddy trying to get at Bieber the way he was trying to get at Bieber was looking a little predatory. And then Usher came in and discovered it and managed him and got custody of him and promised to look after him. And then he sent him to the deadline.
For years, Justin Bieber kept quiet, but now he's starting to speak up. And the names connected to his past are raising serious concerns. People are mentioning Sean Combs and Ellen DeGeneres, along with rumors about situations the public never knew about. If even part of this is true, it makes you wonder what he really experienced behind the scenes. To understand it better, you have to go back to when Justin first entered the spotlight. He was only 13, coming from Canada, gaining attention on YouTube and quickly becoming famous. He was young and eager, stepping into an industry he didn't fully understand. That's when Usher came into his life, offering guidance and support, at least from the outside.
I moved to New York City, and I lived with Sean Puffy Combs for a year.
That's the crazy thing. Now, that was L.A. Reid's idea, right? We're sending you over to something called Puffy Flavor Camp.
There you go.
To learn
Flavor Camp?
Yeah,
Flavor
that's what it
Camp.
was called. And you're going to go to Puff Daddy's. He's going
In the 90s, do you understand what that's like?
Puffy's place was like just filled with like nonstop, right?
No, not really.
Come on.
But hey, it was curious. I got a chance to see some things.
Yeah, but you were 13. What were you seeing?
I went there to see the lifestyle,
right?
And I saw it, and it was, but I don't know if I could indulge and understand what I was even looking at. It was pretty wild.
The situation changed when Usher introduced Justin Bieber to Sean Combs. At the time, it looked like normal industry networking between big stars and a rising teen artist. However, years later, people began questioning why Diddy spent time closely with Justin. Old interview clips resurfaced where he mentioned having 48 hours with Bieber, and some of his comments are now being viewed differently, sparking debate and speculation about what really happened behind the scenes there.
So check this out, yo. Justin, you ever seen the movie 48 Hours? Right now, he's having 48 hours with Diddy, him and his boy. They're having the times of their lives, like, where we hanging out and what we doing. We can't really disclose, but it's definitely a 15-year-old's dream. I have been given custody of him. He signed to Usher.
I'm signed to Usher.
I had legal guardianship of Usher when he did his first album. I did Usher's first album. I don't have legal guardianship of him, but for the next 48 hours, he's with me. So and we gonna go full crazy.
Going crazy.
Crazy.
Pause. What kind of mentorship sounds like that? Because looking back now, that doesn't sound like guidance. That sounds like something else entirely.
But what kind of mentorship really looks like that? In hindsight, it doesn't feel like simple guidance anymore. It feels different. When you connect it with Justin Bieber's behavior over the years, things start to feel heavier. He has shown emotional struggles, breakdowns, and interviews where he seemed overwhelmed. Even the moment he got emotional while talking about wanting to protect Billie Eilish added to people's concerns.
It was hard for me being that young and being in the industry and not knowing where to turn, and everyone, telling me they love me and, just turn their back on you in a second. I just want to protect her, I don't want her to wish that upon anybody. Yeah, if she ever needs me, I'm just a call away.
It makes people wonder what he really meant by wanting to protect her and who he was referring to. It no longer sounds like normal industry pressure, but something more personal and complicated. Over time, Justin Bieber has also spoken about feeling betrayed by people he once trusted, saying some turned their backs on him. This has led fans to question whether Sean Combs was part of those experiences, or if Justin was exposed to situations he was too young for. People also wonder who allowed it to happen. On top of that, Usher once revealed he lived with Diddy at a young age and later said he saw things he would never want his own children to go through.
I moved to New York City, and I lived with Sean Puffy Combs for a year.
That's the crazy thing. Now, that was L.A. Reid's idea, right? We're sending you over to something called Puffy Flavor Camp.
There you go.
To learn
Flavor Camp?
Yeah,
Flavor
that's
Camp.
what it was called. And you're going to go to Puff Daddy's. He's going
In the 90s, do you understand what that's like?
Puffy's place was like just filled with like nonstop, right?
No, not really. I
Come
mean,
on.
but hey, it was curious. I got a chance to see some things.
Yeah, but you were 13. What were you seeing?
I went there to see the lifestyle,
Right.
And I saw it, and it was, but I don't know if I could indulge and understand what I was even looking at. It was pretty wild.
Would you ever send your kid to Puffy camp?
Hell no.
People are now asking hard questions about why Usher didn't step in to protect Justin Bieber, if he truly saw something wrong in the environment. Some wonder whether it was lack of awareness or silence to maintain relationships and protect careers. The focus has now shifted from simple mentorship to the kind of spaces young artists were exposed to. Reports and rumors suggest Justin may have been present at private gatherings linked to Sean Combs, where access was tightly controlled and outsiders were not allowed. This raises concern about what a young performer was doing in such settings. As discussions grow, people also mention claims made by Ally Carter about similar environments years ago, adding more questions about what really went on behind closed doors.
I was a party favor. What does that mean? I was a party favor. I was somebody you could take off the table. So you're telling me they set on a table, like when you go to a birthday party and they have gift bags for everybody that comes that have candy and toys in them, yep. And they set them on the table. So you're telling me at the freak off parties, mm-hmm. They put on the table instead of gift bags, mm-hmm. And then people can do what? Take you off the table and have.
She also spoke about more than just parties, mentioning she was at an island linked to Sean Combs. People now connect this with similar elite spaces tied to Jeffrey Epstein, where isolated settings and different rules allegedly applied.
But again, see, he's in cahoots with Epstein. And then...
Was he in cahoots with Epstein, or was it just a similar type of an operation?
No, they were friends.
Really?
Yeah, because Epstein had on Miami as well, that really private, rich estate in Miami, so they were all in cahoots as well.
But people are now asking deeper questions. If underage individuals were allegedly present on an island linked to Sean Combs, then what are the chances they also appeared in spaces connected to Jeffrey Epstein, where large document releases included millions of pages with names and faces partly hidden, causing concern even though nothing official confirms Combs inside those files? People online focus on patterns instead of paperwork, and that is why discussions also bring up names like Jay-Z in relation to those same conversations, making everything more controversial. Then another topic appears involving Ellen DeGeneres, which surprised many people because around the time Combs' legal attention increased, she stepped back from public life and later moved to England. Some say it was personal choice or politics or simply peace, while others point to timing as unusual. She had often hosted Sean Combs on her show, where they appeared friendly, joking about lifestyle and entertainment, which now gets re-examined by viewers questioning what was really going on.
No, it's great. So tell me about your birthday party. Am I invited?
Yes, you're definitely invited. I invite you to all my parties. You just haven't seen me show up.
No, well, is it on the East Coast?
Yes.
Well, that's why. Why don't you have one here on the West Coast? Because I work all the time.
Okay, well, maybe I have one at your house.
Where's that? Now, what time would your party start, let's say?
Like 9:30.
Really? That early?
Yeah.
I could make that.
Yeah.
But I could think of you of starting a party at like midnight. Like, what time will it go till?
That's a different type of party, though.
Uh-huh.
It'll go from like 9:30 to like maybe 3 o'clock, 3 o'clock. And then, we have the top 2 floors of the hotel.
Mm-hmm. And then it will carry on there?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Then No, I mean the after party.
Mm-hmm. No, I know about them. No. Is that going to be a new thing? Are you going to try to be early?
Yes, I'm trying to be early.
Are you going to be early for my party?
Yes, I am. No.
No.
I have to arrive fashionably late.
All right. Not too late, though.
Not too late?
Not too late, please.
What time would you like me there?
I'll tell you later.
Okay.
But not too late. Because, once you get there, the party really starts.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I got you. I promise you I'm not going to let you down on this big one.
All right,
For
good.
real.
Good.
Your feet are going to have blisters. You're going to be dancing so hard.
I can't wait.
There were also moments people kept pointing back to, like when Ellen DeGeneres publicly celebrated Sean Combs on his birthday in a way that later made viewers uncomfortable, using playful nicknames and then quickly brushing it off with vague comments. Over time, online discussions began linking her to wider rumors, with some claiming she may have been connected to behind-the-scenes situations, although nothing has been proven. The conversation grew even more intense after the death of Stephen Boss, known as Twitch, While official reports stated one cause, social media users started questioning it, with some refusing to accept the conclusion and others suggesting darker possibilities. These ideas remain unverified, but they show how far speculation has spread. At the same time, people continue to connect different public figures, including Sean Combs, to private spaces and events that were never fully explained. In the middle of all this, attention often circles back to Justin Bieber, who entered fame at a very young age. Over the years, he has shown emotional struggles and distanced himself from several people who once supported his career. This has led to more questions than answers. People wonder what he was exposed to in his early years, why so many powerful names were around him, and what really happened behind closed doors. While nothing is confirmed, the growing number of rumors, interviews, and public reactions continues to fuel debate and keeps the conversation alive.